All right, today's project on the new 2026 Honda ADV160. We are going to install a CarPlay device. The 2026 ADV does not come with the new road sync thing from Honda and the TFT display. I didn't want to wait for a 27 to come out. I wanted to ride this summer, so I'm just installing a CarPlay unit on here. And I'm gonna take you with. I'm gonna mount the CarPlay unit up here. I've got to run the wiring down in here. So I'm gonna show how I do that. It's tricky, but it's not awful. It's just kind of tricky. This is the wire for the CarPlay unit. It's very small. And this is just a coat hanger that I've flattened out. And I've curled the end like this. Hopefully you can see it. That way it won't get caught on anything in there or stab into anything. So you want that kind of round. And we're going to attach the small end of the wire here onto there. And I just take a little electrical tape and just wrap it around, or you can thread them through there, or however you want to do it. And this is just some crappy electrical tape that came with something, I don't know what, but when you actually use electrical tape for electrical tape things, buy the good stuff. Don't buy this cheap shit, it sucks. And you want to make it, small like you can, as small as you can. Get some good surface area of tape onto that wire so it doesn't, onto this, so it doesn't come right out of there. We're going to try to run the wires in this little metal thing here, straight down and out where you see daylight there. So that's our goal for step one, or phase one, stage one, the first part of running the wire. There's actually two wires in here that kind of contain all the wiring. Get down in all of them, through both of them if you can. And just aim it straight through. So you need to get the wire from the left side of the bike over to the right side, because that's where access to the battery compartment is. You can just kind of tuck it up through here. Just make sure you don't get it tangled on anything or wrapped around anything. You don't want to interfere with your triple tree or steering or any of that kind of thing. So I'm just going to kind of feel where other wires are run and just go along with them. You really kind of have to do it by feel. I can't even find my own hand. Where is it? There we go. Okay. All right, so now we've got it kind of come in this direction, and I'm gonna bring it right along here. This is where I ran the wiring for the auxiliary lights. So I'm gonna run these right with it. So I need to send the coat hanger from the back through to the front here again. So that'll just hang there. So you'll come under the seat here, into your battery compartment, and push these. This is my auxiliary lighting wires. Push that down. I don't know if I can do it one-handed here. There we go. And I modified that cover just a hair. See, I made access for the wires to come through. You're gonna get the coat hanger through there, and then you'll pull the wiring from the front to the back through that area. And this is ground, so you don't have to worry about touching this on here. You don't want to touch it on there and then touch metal. That'll be no good. But this over here is just fine. We'll run it down inside there. You can hear that clanking. That's the gas tank in the belly of the beast here. You just have to kind of feel until you start bumping into stuff. Listen, you can hear it hitting. It's hitting this plastic here. There, it went through. Right there. See that wire? That's the coat hanger. So it came up and around this. So we're hooked up here. And it goes up and over the triple tree here, the lower triple. I don't want it coming down here because you don't want your wires wrapped around it. You want it above. So we're gonna go ahead and try to pull that wire through here. Go to the front and kind of guide it so it doesn't get hung up on the way down. And just take your time and be gentle. Don't force anything, and they'll come right out there. There are a couple different ways you can do this with our wiring here. The little tags on here say ground and accessory. So in my case, this yellow wire is running to a fuse. So this is controlled with the ignition. Technically, you could run just hot and ground to your battery and it would just be always on. The problem is that it'll be a parasitic draw if your bike sits for a long time. It's a better idea to wire your power source into something that's ignition controlled. That way when you shut the bike off, there's no power to it at all. So you could, cut a little bit of the sheathing away and put this in there and solder it and tape it, or however you want to do it, or you could split this or whatever. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these YZW connectors. These things are clever. It's just a mini bus bar. Those just lift up like that, all of them do. Slide your wire in, you snap it down, and they're all joined. And these come in like 1, 2, 3, 5 wide ones. In my case, I'm gonna cut this wire, put it in here, put the other side of this wire for my lighting in there, and then the hot wire for the CarPlay in there. And that's all I need to do. I don't need to solder it or anything. I'll just kind of go in the middle there. Boop. Oh, also on these YZW connectors, on the side, see how they show you how deep to strip the wire back. So you just put it against there, kind of mark it with your finger, and strip it back that distance. And these things are on there. I mean, they're on. Where's our red guy? I'm gonna clip these down. They don't need to be long leads like this. I am gonna strip it, however, a little bit long because I want to fold the wire over so it clips in the YZW a little more secure. These wires are kind of sad. I mean, these are like 22 gauge wire. That's pretty small. Obviously, this little CarPlay unit doesn't have a huge draw. And what's nice about those YZW things is, like, say I decide to add some more something to this, these are reusable. You just open the little door, take the wires out, and put a bigger one or a smaller one or whatever you want to do on there, whatever capacity you need. These things are pretty rad. So we'll just fold that. Nice and secure. I think I'll do the same with the ground. I think those little wires were small enough I can just tuck them in here in the YZW things. Put my little modified door back on. Let's see, this way. Yeah, that's tricky to get that in there, but it does go. There. Can't even tell. This screen comes with a fairly decent mounting system. Basically, it comes with this kind of setup and a bunch of inserts, you know, so depending on the kind of bars you have or size or, you know, whatever. It's pretty universal. You can put it anywhere you want. That would be just fine. And it's like a nice plastic. It's not like a chintzy plastic. But I have my own setup here. This thing and a ram. Actually, this is the arm that came with the screen, and so did this. This mounts to it. So I had this. I bought this, but this came with it, and this came with it. And you know, and like any of this kind of stuff, it's a matter of finding just the right place that you like it. So I'm just gonna kind of sit it there, and you know, whatever, move it like that. And then this, it's magnetic. So if you go into a restaurant or something, and you can take it with you, so it's it's harder and easier to rip off, I guess. If you take it off, it's harder because you'll have it with you, and if you don't, it's easier because it's just magnetic. Well, it slips on like that. Okay, the moment of truth. Also, you know, there's our plug that we ran. It's nice if you want to take this in with you. It's real simple to undo. There are two little arrows on here. One right there, and one right there. You can see it right there. Those have to line up. Obviously, they're there for a reason. Push it all the way together, and then you just thread this on. There's a little O-ring in there too, so it's waterproof. Run it neatly, or yeah, whatever. Anyway, you get the idea. So we'll turn the bike on. That's my custom screen I put in there, custom graphic. I don't know how well that's going to come through on video, but this screen is incredibly clear. I mean, it's high resolution. It's got like no lag, nothing that you'd ever, basically it's quicker than your brain. And it also is expandable. You can get TPMS sensors for your tires, which is cool. You know, you can add them to that. Go through some settings, language, English, whatever. Oh, and it's got automatic brightness, which is cool. It's this little mark here is. So you don't have to drill down at night or whatever and turn it down so you're not being blinded and stuff. It senses it automatically, and you can shut that off as well. Automatic, and then, or you can turn it down really low or really high, or have it on auto. And it's got a screensaver. I don't know what that looks like. I don't have it on, but and then you can shut it off as well, like that. Hopefully that was helpful if you're looking to install something like this in your ADV160. Thanks for watching.